everyone, it's me. Well, it's the moment we've all been waiting for. It's time that I do a review on the Super Mario Brothers movie. I just saw the movie, so I'm going to talk about it. Now, I do want to point out that there will be spoilers ahead. So if you've not seen the movie, I suggest coming to this video at a later time, probably after you've seen it. But anyways, let's review it! Starting with the plot. Now, being a Mario movie, the games aren't really that crazy about storylines and rather focus on platforming, unless it's an RPG. But this movie has an interesting storyline. The plot involves Mario and Luigi, the Mario brothers, working in their plumbing business in Brooklyn. However, they wind up getting sucked into a warp pipe, separating the two, with Mario winding up in the Mushroom Kingdom and Luigi winding up in the Darklands. And of course, being in the Darklands, he ends up being kidnapped by Bowser. So Mario teams up with Princess Peach, Toad, and Donkey Kong to stop Bowser and save Luigi and, of course, the day. Oh yeah, and Bowser wants to marry Peach. Just thought I'd throw that out there. Now that we got the plot out of the way, let's take a look at the layout, shall we? First off, this movie looks great. The character animation, the backgrounds, the music, everything just looks so good. There's so many different faces that the characters make. There's so many different actions that the characters do. Everything looks beautiful. The different details, the different references, there's so many of them. It's hard to believe that this movie came from Illumination of all things. Well, I guess we better take a look at the characters. We have the main star of the movie, who's Mario, whose personality is very relatable. It seems almost human. He cares about people. He wants to protect them. You gotta give praise to Chris Pratt on that performance. I didn't even know that was him. He was really putting on a voice there. Next, we got Princess Peach. Instead of being the usual damsel in distress, she's actually a tough, heroic character, which we've seen in a few games. And honestly, she is also very relatable. She's nice to Mario. Anya Taylor-Joy does a good job voicing her. And, well, she's a pretty unique character. Next is Luigi. His personality is, of course, the typical timid coward who wants to be brave and all that stuff. He basically spends most of the movie held captive, and it doesn't really get to do much because of that, but he still plays a major role in the movie. Plus, who doesn't love Charlie Day? His voice for Luigi is very, very unrecognizable. And of course, we got the main antagonist, Bowser. He's really, really menacing, and also kind of goofy at the same time. He really knows how to put on a great performance, and I gotta say, Jack Black really nailed it right out of the park with that one. And now we've got Toad, who's sort of the comic relief of the movie. He acts as a sidekick, a friend. Oh, especially a friend. He's basically pushing Mario into being his best friend, which does seem pretty funny. And, well, let's give props to Keegan-Michael Key for doing a wonderful performance as Toad. Seriously, this character was just having the time of his life. And then there's Donkey Kong. He's also quite a comic relief, but also a pretty tough guy. And I never knew that Seth Rogen would be a very good Donkey Kong. I mean, I guess it was expected, and also acts as quite a good foil for Mario. The rest of the cast of characters also have their time to shine, and also have their fair share of screen time. Now, let's take a look at some other stuff. First of all, I want to talk about this whole forced marriage thing. For some crazy and bizarre reason, Nintendo seems to really love this storyline, or plot device, as you will, as it's been used numerous pieces of Mario media, and, well, I thought Super Mario Odyssey was gonna be the last to do so. But in this movie's case, it does lead to one of the most memorable moments, and trust me, we'll get there when we get there. It's also revealed that Bowser wants to be with Peach. That way, he will use her to take over the world, and basically as a way to, succeed. Like any villain would. Of course, throughout the movie, when Mario and Peach are together, they seem to show some flirty and somewhat romantic feelings for each other. I mean, Nintendo basically knows that Mario x Peach is officially canon. I mean, they are the couple we are supposed to root for in this movie as well as in the games. Even in the future, if Mario and Peach do end up getting married, that will be the married couple we will definitely be rooting for. And even though Mario and friends don't really like Bowser, they secretly care about him in a few occasions in the games, technically. Another thing I want to bring up is the sibling rivalry / love between Mario and Luigi. You see, throughout the franchise, Mario and Luigi have this sort of strong brotherly bond. Basically, brotherly love, that is. This is most notably seen in both the Luigi's Mansion trilogy and the Mario and Luigi series. And that is actually a major plot point in this movie. Now, I like to bring up a few unused ideas. These are ideas that I thought of that didn't make it into the movie itself. One idea was Mario and Peach sharing a kiss at the end of the movie. Because if you think about it, almost every time Mario and Peach have interacted, she gives him a kiss. One other idea I thought of was a scene where Luigi tries to escape and eventually meets up with Mario. But then again, that would have changed the movie a little bit. Now, let's talk about some highlights. Things that are very mesmerizing and really stick in your head and you enjoy it. One highlight I really enjoyed was the Mario Kart scene. Finally, they actually did it. A scene that really suits me. I love the Mario Kart series. Heck, they even make use of the blue spiny shell, which they refer to as simply the blue shell. And the Rainbow Road track, that is just gorgeous! Another highlight is the character Lumalee, who you might recognize from Super Mario Galaxy. Oh my goodness, I didn't expect a character like this to have such dark but hilarious dialogue. They do call him out on that, but it's still funny in its own way. Now, knowing that I was going to review this movie, you know I'm going to mention the thing that everybody is talking about, and you won't be disappointed. Yep, I'm gonna bring up Bowser's song, Peaches. I'm not kidding around. There is a scene in the movie where Bowser has a song about Princess Peach. Seriously, this moment, I found it to be really, really hilarious. It's hilarious and also ridiculous. The song doesn't really go on that long, but then it comes back at the end in the mid-credit scene, and I'm like, okay, well, that was a thing. Even this exists. Yeah. Well, it was quite a big deal. And I get it, even though Bowser's an evil villain and we're not supposed to root for him, I must say, wonderful performance. Now, what are my overall thoughts about this movie? It is indeed a good movie. It's perfect, it's funny, it's emotional, it can be a classic in a few years from now. It's good. I actually recommend it. Now, because this is a spoiler video, I want to bring up the ending. When the reunited Mario brothers use a superstar that Bowser stole, they defeat him, force feed him a mini mushroom, shrinking him down, and he gets captured. Thus, everyone in the world is saved. And the film ends with Mario and Luigi now living in the Mushroom Kingdom. So what could be next? There's so many possibilities, and I am looking forward to the next Mario movie. What should I rate it? It's obviously a 10 out of 10. Now that I think of it, I think this is an apology for the live-action movie. This is pretty much the Super Mario Bros. Movie done right. So, that's my review. If you haven't seen the movie, go see it now! Bye!